What is up, Bill here? Stay tuned for my interview with Robert Laurin of Laurin Drums. He's in the studio right now waiting for me. Make sure that you watch the video to the very end, because at the end of the video, Mr. Laurin is going to present those who watch this video a very special offer. Stay tuned, coming right back. What is up, Bill here, and I have a special guest in the studio today. I have Robert from Laurin Drums right here with me. How are you doing, Robert?
Fine, yourself?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor to have you in the studio today.
Well, I'm honored to be here, Bill.
I really appreciate you taking the time to come down here and hang out.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
It's been an awesome day so far. A lot of fun.
Yes. Yeah, we've had fun so far. Yes.
Well, as a lot of my viewers, regular viewers, know that I do have Laurin Drums in my studio. Anywhere you look, I love the product. I always have loved the product. Very happy with everything, and I greatly appreciate you placing your faith and your trust in me to represent your product. Very honored. Thank you.
Well, it's all worth. I mean, as I've told you before, we share values. You're very positive in the way you get into those videos on YouTube, and the way you promote other drummers, and very positive, and it reaches my values. So since we share the same values,
We always share the same values.
Yes.
For me, it's all about having fun, having a good time. As long as I'm having fun, we'll keep doing it. If it's not any fun, then we just won't do it anymore, right?
The same for me doing drums.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got to be fun.
It's got to be fun. We put so many hours into this.
Yeah, a lot of hours, a lot of time, a lot of effort, practice, a couple dollars here and there.
Yes. Yeah.
So tell us about yourself, and tell us how Laurin Drums got started. Where did it all start at?
Well, it started, it's a suburb of Montreal, so it explains my French accent. I had a kid, he was 10 years old, wanted to learn the drums. So got him to practice, and while I was there, I felt like I was losing my time, so I asked, do you have another teacher? So I learned at 40 to play the drums, and I loved that. But I couldn't practice the acoustic drum while my kids were sleeping. So I bought the cheap electronic drum, but it wasn't to my liking. I didn't like the feeling. I didn't respond well. So I started making a few pads, upgrade the drums, and it wasn't, again, to my liking. I was learning to build those drums. So I was reselling those on the web. Local Kijiji, local ads, and people would buy them. So I'd keep on improving them, and I went to local stores and show it to them so I could get critics. And then the product improved, and after a few years of doing that and selling and getting in them better and better, I said, well, it's picking up. So let's make it for others, because I was doing them for me. But when I got satisfied with the product, I said, well, let's put them on the market and let's get others satisfied.
That's amazing.
And I didn't have much money then, so I wanted to have all the best priced drum, the best I could get for my money. So that's what I got to the market, because there are high-end products, but less expensive.
So each product is made by hand.
It is made by hand. It's made. Yeah, it's
Can
a family.
you tell us about the process? How does that work? I mean, you take raw products and you turn them into what we have today. We have toms, we have Laurin cymbals here on deck. And you created all these by hand.
Yes, they're all by hand. Actually, it starts with the look. So you choose a look, and we do lots of custom. It's drum art. We call it drum art for the drumming artist. So if you've got custom images, stuff like that, the image comes in first. And then we build by hand, and we get.
I did see on your website where you offer several different wraps, so to speak, the look.
Yes.
But you can also take a custom image, like say for me a Harley Davidson image, or something that's not really copyrighted like Harley Davidson.
That's right. Yes.
But any particular image of just a motorcycle, And you can actually make a drum wrap with that.
Yes, we do. And when I started, it was all really handmade. It was really art. I would cut out these images and then lacquer everything. Wow. Now the process is more, let's say, more commercial because it's got. I can't spend 2-3 days doing one snare.
Of course.
But now it's more a print with lacquer and everything. But yes, we do that every week. We satisfy people with new designs, and our most successful designs now are were customs. Like the carbon was someone asking, and we did about 30 mock-ups until we got the right one. But that's number one selling on the market.
And now I just took off like hotcakes, and everybody wants it.
That's right, the wood look. One guy sent us a picture. He says, "That's the wood look I'd like to have," and now it's the second best seller.
And you can see these on laurindrums.com on your website.
Yes, right? On our website. They're there.
I'll put a link up for the viewers that if you haven't been there, you can go right there and take a look. There are several stock styles to choose from. I, of course, picked the American flag.
That's right.
On the snare drum, as well as the kick drum. You sent me a kick drum as well with American flag on it. I've seen the British flag. There's just so many different.
Yes, and I just actually sent you a floor tom with legs that's got the American flag.
It's sitting
look.
Right here in the studio. We're going to do an unboxing video after we get done with this. How's that? Going to be part of that with me?
Sure, yes, I will.
I'm excited.
Cool.
I'm excited.
Really cool.
I can't wait to see it. Let me ask you this. I mean, for me, it's obvious because I've had a chance to use the product. I love the product. When you compare to other brands like Roland, the price difference is a complete different spectrum in price range.
Almost half the price. Yes.
What besides that? I mean, what sets Laurin Drums apart from the competitors?
Well, the one thing is, the price, of course, is the main thing that hits you, but the second one is the looks. We've got the shells are 5 inches deep. So it really looks like a real drum.
It does, and it feels like a real drum.
It feels the mesh heads are really amazing. I mean, we chose those because, it was for me. You know? So the best feeling. If I get the best feeling, I hope everyone gets the best feeling out of an electronic drum. So those mesh heads really make a difference.
They do, and they feel great. And you say price, which price is definitely a factor. A lot of people might think, well, if it's that much cheaper than Roland, it must be an inferior product. What I can say for a fact, it's not. I've played Roland. I've played TD50s and pretty much everything else that they've had, and I think the quality is far better myself.
Oh, thank you.
Not just because I have them on my kit, because I have them and I use them and I love them.
Yes.
They feel great. They look great, especially in a video. If you're making drum covers like I do, it's a win-win all the way around, and I love it.
That's right, and they're sturdy. I've personally I use them in shows, so I get them on stage and I give them a beating. And every week I've got people writing me that they've got them for 7 years, 5 years.
I've
given them
I've
beating
seen that
and
on your website.
Yes,
and they stand up to it.
That's right.
That's important.
And we stand behind the product. I mean, we've had people saying after 5 years, "Oh, I've had problems with the electronics. Oh, I've got 5 pads and one is not responding as it should." We ship out the electronics. No questions asked.
Yep. That leads me to my next topic, was the support.
Yes.
I have seen over and over again on your website about how great the support is. And in fact, I experienced it myself early on with my first pad that I got from you, which was the snare drum.
Yes.
Shortly after I received it, I noticed it started to misfire a little bit here and there.
Yes.
And I contacted you, and it wasn't even 2 hours, you replied back and said, "It's obviously a bad trigger, no worries, I'm going to send you a new one." Not only did you send me a new one, you express mailed it. It showed up 2 days later, and you put 2 of them in the bag.
Yeah,
There were two of them, so I would have an extra
well,
one
don't
sitting there.
always put two. I've got to be honest.
Well, I mean, that blew me away.
Yeah.
You don't see that with anyone in this day and age. You just don't see that kind of response.
Well, yeah, and I wanted to make a difference in the industry, saying, well, I do treat my customer like I would treat myself or my family. It's I want to enjoy. When I buy a product, I want to enjoy it. And when you receive it and it's bad, because unfortunately that's about electronics. It could fail. It could be weak, and so you just have a new product and can't use it. I mean, I feel bad for you. I'd be pissed, really.
Well, it could happen with anyone. It could happen with Roland. It could happen with Elise.
Oh, yes, and it does.
I mean, anything. Of course it does. Anything mechanical like that's prone to fail.
That's right.
And it happens. Sometimes you don't have any control over it. But it's the way that you address it and the urgency that you address it with that really impressed me. And from what I've seen on your website, looking at some of the testimonials, and from messages I've received from people that have seen my unboxings of your products, that have just praised the way that you get back them, the way that you make sure everything's right. And that goes a long ways in this day and age, I think.
Yes, I think, and we get lots of repeat business. We can measure our success from people that usually buy a snare at first. And then, they like it, but they get service, they can talk. I mean, some people write to us and we respond all the time. They can phone us. We're hard to reach by phone, but some do phone us, and we give advice, and we get repeat business. I mean, we can be trusted. We show we can be trusted, and it's all about your experience. I mean, we want you to have a great drumming experience. We say we do drum art for the drumming artist, and we do it with a feeling, and we do it with passion. So we want you to have the same passion playing them as we do making them.
That's amazing.
And it's very important.
And it shows. It shows in the actual product. I mean, I love the quality. The build quality is incredible. The hardware is top notch. I'm just very grateful.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about the compatibility with drum modules. I know that when I first started looking for other options outside of Elise's, because I have naturally Elise's Crimson kit is what I had originally.
Yes.
I started looking, and your site said that you were compatible with most drum modules. I searched Google, I searched some of the drum forums, the V-drum forums, and really couldn't find anything solid as to whether or not they would work with the Elise's Crimson module. But to my surprise, when I did get the snare and I opened it, I plugged it in, it was literally plug and play. I had to make no module changes at all for it to work.
That's right.
Now I see I mean, this was a year and a half ago, I see now that you have added some drum modules on there, but for the most part, it's pretty compatible.
It is, and this is the difficulty here, is that there's over 100 modules in the market right now. So everyone's asking about compatibility of the snare or the cymbals or the hi-hat to their module. Now, it is tough because we don't have 100 modules to test them on. We've got a few Roland, a few Elise's, a few of the major brands. But then there comes a new module, and people rush in and ask, is it compatible? But we don't have an answer. So we say, well, you buy it. If it doesn't work on your module, you ship it back. But that happens when new modules come out, like the TD30. That was almost a nightmare for us because the first few buyers sent it back saying it's not compatible. So we had to declare it uncompatible because we didn't know. We didn't have one module to test it on. And then, so we lost a few sales, but I mean, that's life. It's not compatible. But then it turned out it was, because someone said, well, I can't believe it works on TD20, it works on TD10, it's got to work. So bought it and said, well, here's the settings. So it is compatible. But as the first few people, I guess, didn't know much about the module and didn't know, we tried to help them over the phone and by email saying, change this, change that, and they couldn't get the result. Okay, so they said, well, let's ship it back. But when someone finds the right setting, they say, well, it's amazing. I've got a real great product. It works so great with T30. Well, then we say, okay, now it's compatible. So on the web, you can see some blogs saying, well, it's uncompatible. Then they say it's compatible. Then, well, that's what happens.
It's just a matter of playing around and finding the right settings within the module to make it work.
That's right. So it is compatible to almost all, and even Yamaha, which has got a different technology. So we bought Yamaha models and tried it, and to see how we can make it compatible. So it is, and it works great. But it is the difficult part of this business is the number of modules you've got to be compatible to.
And there's no shortage of them out there right now.
Oh, sure. No, and there are more coming out. Well, they're getting better and better. That's the great news.
Well, as I've explained to some, I mean, I use splitters on mine. Like, obviously, the Crimson module only has so many spots for snare, tom 1, tom 2, tom 3, crash 1, crash 2, and ride.
Yeah.
So what do you do when your module's full and somebody wants to expand their drum kit? They can still buy, say, a floor tom or a rack mount tom from you and use a splitter.
That's right.
They can split from the rim of one of the toms that they have.
And we do have those splitters.
That was my next question. I thought you do have those, right? So
yes, we didn't. If they're probably not on our website, maybe we should put them up. But yes, if people ask, we've got those.
Because I thought, in all honesty, and I'm sure that there's others out there that feel the same way, well, it only has so many plugs, so I guess I just can't expand. I have to go out and buy a real fancy kit. But that is not true.
That is not true.
You can take a DM10 Alessis. You can take the Crimson or the Crimson 2 that's out now, or any of the Yamaha kits, and you can split off of those and expand that kit. So you can take your toms, your floor toms, and build that kit out, add a cymbal or two.
Yes,
so,
but you'll lose the rim shot on those you split.
But how many actually use the rim shot on a tom? I have never done so.
No, I haven't. Well, people who do is those who used all those weird sounds or add these sounds to the rim shot. So they would say there's a wah-wah on
that makes sense.
And or use a rim to go up and down in kits to change the sound of the drum. Okay. So they use a rim shot for that. That's what I've seen, especially when you're playing live.
That's true. That makes sense. But the point is that they can expand that kit if they want to,
or get a second module
and they get everything you need from your website to be able to do that, which is pretty cool.
Yes. Or to just ask if they don't find it, they just ask, and we're there to help them.
Cool. Let's discuss the assembly process. I mean, we've talked about some of the options available for the wraps. Say someone goes to your website and they say, oh, I really like this tom, or I like this snare, or I like this cymbal or kick, and they decide to place an order. How does it work? I mean, what kind of turnaround time are we looking at? I mean, you obviously build every piece by hand. How does it work?
Well, the average, let's just say, we try to do everything within 5 business days. The cymbals take longer and there's more manipulation. So we say it's about 7 business days for the cymbals. But most is done within 5. And then it takes 5 days to ship almost anywhere in North America. So in Canada and the States takes about 5 days. So within 10 business days, you usually get the product at your door.
Okay, that's awesome. And like you said, everything's hand built.
Yeah.
They're not stamped out by a machine hundreds of times.
Oh, no. Like I wish, but no. I'm the machine.
Okay. Good. And I understand it's a family business. So.
It is a family business. Yeah. My wife's into doing some electronics.
She actually does the electronics.
Yeah, she does. She does the soldering and yes. And she's awesome. Pretty good at it.
That's
awesome. She got in the business with me. I'm passionate about it and transferred her my passion. And well, sales are booming, so I needed the help at one point.
That's awesome.
So my kid's grown up.
I figured that. Oh. Well, let me ask you this in closing. What what's the future hold for Laurin Drums? What's in the future? What are the future plans? What are you working on? What's in the works?
Well, we in Canada, I'd like to get the sales more into the stores. We had a few stores selling them with success, but we didn't give them the attention they deserve. Especially for resellers, I wish they would give the same service that we do and know the product like we do. I hate for someone to just sell that as just as a piece of drum. There's passion into it. I'd like for those salesperson to have that training. So we've got to invest into that. So the distribution channel is a challenge for me when I want the business done the way I like it. So this is for let's say sales expansion. As far as product, we'd like to improve, especially on the cymbals. There is no serviceable part of the cymbal. You could fix your drums or your pads yourself, but not the cymbal. So this is something we'd like to improve. I hate for people to throw away. We started the business. I was showing you pictures earlier about we started. I started really refurbishing old drums, and they were rusty, and giving them colors and work art on it. And I don't like the throwaway. I'd like to avoid that. So you've got to throw away your cymbal when it doesn't work, and I replace it. And I wish we could work something out of it and not spill that much. So this is the next improvement we're looking for. Yeah.
Well, you did mention regarding fixing pads yourself. You did send me triggers and the whole process, and you sent me really very, very good detailed instructions on how to replace that trigger, and the whole process took maybe 15 minutes. Yeah. And I was back in business drumming again.
Yes.
Try doing that with Roland or with some other companies. It's not going to happen.
No,
that's
not our model.
That's the difference. Is the customer service.
That's right.
To make sure that the end user is happy and providing a very good product, and I'm very grateful.
Thank you.
Again, for placing your trust in me and my channel to represent your equipment. I'm very, very grateful.
Thank you very much. Well, you said it earlier, and they're all made by hand, and we take so much pride into it. It's a very different model. It's not machine built. It's not. It is a person selling you, making you, and selling you a product. This is where the difference lies.
And there's a big difference. I mean, I can see it in the quality. I go into my studio every day and I look, and it's there. The quality's there. You can feel it, and it's just a great product. And I hope that if any of the viewers that are watching this have any questions, that they'll reach out to you. I'm going to put a link up to your email address. I'm also going to put a link to your website and the email address in the description. And I hope that people will go over and take a look. And if they have any questions, I'm sure it's okay for them to reach out to you directly.
Of course, anytime. We love that.
I'm sure you'll respond to them in a timely manner. You always have with me.
We do with everyone.
Awesome.
And I must thank you for that very nice channel. You do very positive and bring more people to your channel and giving exposure to other drummers. And this is very, very nice.
I appreciate it. When I started it out, that's how I wanted it to be, and I'll continue to do that for as long as I'm running the channel. It's going to always be about, giving exposure to anyone else that I can and helping anyone that I can. That's what it's all about. We have to help each other.
That's right.
And if we can have some fun in the process, then it's all the better, right?
Well, we can feel it.
Absolutely. I appreciate it.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anything else? Anything else to say?
Well, just a big thank you for
well, I appreciate you coming all the way down here to Central Florida to hang out.
Sorry I brought the cold down from
I
Montreal.
like the cold. In fact, I was thinking yesterday, I said, well, they must know he's coming because it got cold today.
The cold
so it's actually nice having the windows open and the breeze coming through the studio. It feels pretty good. I wish I could do it more often.
Great.
But, I appreciate it. Thanks again for being here.
Thank you.
I enjoyed it. Again, I'm going to put links in the description below, email and website. Please go check it out if you're looking to expanding your drum kit in any way, shape, or form. I highly recommend Laurin Drums. I love the product, love the people, and I love the support. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you again for being here, and we'll catch you next time. Stay tuned for the open box. We're going to do an open box video here in a little bit. In fact, it'll probably come out before this video does, because I think you have a special, right? You're offering a special for
Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, for everyone listening to Bill's channel. If they go onto our website and go order, there is a coupon code you can use, which is Bill 2020. So it's BILL 2020. You put that down and you get 10% off every mesh pad.
Wow.
So, yes.
10% off.
Yes, we never do any special. For people who's been checking our website and following us, we rarely do specials. But for your channel, I mean,
wow.
Absolutely, for your listeners.
That's for pads, for toms, snares.
Toms, snares.
And kick drums.
Kick drums, floor toms.
10%
yes,
off.
10% off.
Wow.
Which is
just
unusual for us.
Bill 2020.
Bill 2020. We get the cheapest price possible on the web, so giving away 10% really is to thank you and thanks your listener.
Wow, that's very, very thoughtful and very generous. So there you go, folks. If you're gonna upgrade your kit and you want to go with any Laurin snare, tom, floor tom, kick drum, 10% off. I mean, the prices are out of this world as it is, but you throw another 10%. Wow, that's very generous.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Wow. So there you go, guys. Take advantage of that. Wow, can't beat that. With that, that's it. Like I said, this video that's effective March 1st, so we'll probably release this on March 1st.
Yes, it is effective as you air it.
Oh, it's effective now. Okay,
yes.
Well then great. I'll probably put this out right away then before we do the unboxing, because got to get people to take advantage of that.
Yes.
Wow.
Hurry in.
Hurry in, guys. All right. Anyhow, that's it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And we'll catch you next time. So long.
Thank you.
Bye now.